Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. How y'all doing? Let me do a quick microphone check here, just to be sure that you guys could hear me and to also give people a minute to realize that I'm here and start tuning in. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to tune in. There we go. Yeah, y'all can hear me loud and clear. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in tonight and to hear what I have to say because contrary to what people may say about the dark skinned activist, the world's first and only dark skinned activist, people getting mad because I say I created this lane. They're mad because I said I'm the reason anyone is talking about dark skin. Contrary to all of that, I am very grateful. I am very thankful for the people that come and listen to what I have to say. Even those of you that disagree with me, you take issue with what I say. I'm grateful because I remember a time where it was so hard to get an audience to listen to you, and I'm grateful for social media. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I really am because it's expanded my audience to an international audience, literally, and so I'm very, very grateful. And I don't want people to think that I'm not, just because sometimes I have to go in on some of these people that have plagiarized me, and go in on some of these people that take issue with me without providing proper evidence. They're just all in their feelings and they're in denial. All that set aside, I have to say thank you to every single person that has taken the time to ever listen to anything that I have to say. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the donations. I'm very appreciative. And yes, for those of you that don't know, because a lot of y'all that's listening to me, you know what time it is. My name is Rashida Strober. This is actually my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that's darkskinactivist.com. Now, I'm the first person in recorded history to create a movement to fight to end colorism. People want to argue with me about that, but then I say, if I'm not the first person to create a movement to end colorism, then tell me who is. And every time I ask that question, I always get crickets because no one can be honest enough to say, you know what, Rashida, there is nobody before you. You did create the first platform, the first movement to eradicate colorism. And yes, people did copy you. Most people will not admit to that truth. They won't tell the truth. But I am. And the movement that I created is called dark skin activism. And I call myself the dark skin activist. And the dark skin activist is my trademark name. I own the trademark to dark skin activists. It's my intellectual property. Okay. I started dark skin activism way back in 1998, before there was social media, before there was actresses that's talking about colorism, pimping it now to get attention, before there was dark girls. Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist, came before all that. And it all started at St. Petersburg College in 1998 during African American History Month, aka Harambe. And I was given the opportunity to speak at Harambe, and I decided I was going to talk only about dark skin. And this is the first time that anyone had saw this. It was new, it was innovative. Um, no one had done what I'd done before. The only other person, and those of you that really follow me, you know what I'm going to say. You know who I'm going to give credit to. The only other person that really I could really give credit to is Cola Booth. She's original like me. The rest of these people like Lupita Nyong'o, bandwagon jumper. The people on social media, bandwagon jumpers. What it is they saw after I worked so hard to make dark skin, colorism, something of a concerted topic, people began to see, especially with the advent of social media, oh, I can get attention for this. Oh, I can make some money off of this. Oh, and if you're an actress, you could say, oh, I can go and say, oh, I suffer from colorism or dark skin discrimination, and people will pay attention to me and feel sorry for me. That's why you got people like Lupita Nyong'o and reality TV stars. Now they're talking about it. This wasn't on their mind before. They didn't care about talking about being dark skinned. If you do your research, then I'm talking to the intelligent, ethical people now. If you're not intelligent or ethical, this is going to go over your head. But if you do your research, intelligent, ethical, moral people, you'll find that what I'm saying is the truth. Myself and Cola Booth are the only two people that advocated against colorism before it was a thing to do so. In fact, we created that thing, that dark-skinned women all around the world, light-skinned women, brown-skinned women, dark-skinned men, they didn't know it was a thing. They didn't even know that it was a thing to talk about dark skin until I created it and put it on the map. Show me somebody that before me that has done what I've done. Show me someone that created a platform prior to 1998 calling themselves the dark skin activist. Show me someone that has done what I've done in terms of I only write books about dark skin and colorism. Show me someone that has done that. I'm talking about prior to 98. Show me someone that has a one-woman show that I've been performing for years before social media, because I wrote the play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, in 2006. 2006, before social media. Show me somebody that did that before me. Only person you can show me is Cola Booth. You're not going to be able to show me another female that has done what I've done. Lupita Nyong'o is a bandwagon jumper. She wrote a book in 2022. I began writing way back in 2006. Cola Booth was writing back in what? In the 90s. So show me somebody that came before me, before 98, that focused only on dark skin and colorism, and I'll shut up. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm sitting there waiting on the proof. That's why I get quiet, because I be actually waiting for someone to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong when I say that all these dark-skinned women and black women have copied my work. Show me that they haven't. And in order to do that, I'm talking to the ethical, the intelligent, and the honest people. You would have to show me a person or one of these celebrities like Lupita that started writing about dark skin and colorism only before 98. I'm going to be waiting here all night long, because we all know that no one's going to be able to do that. Because guess what? The person doesn't exist, because these people somehow became exposed to my work and they began copying. That's all it is to it. Now, from 98 up until 2010, I was doing dark skin activism. That's what I like to say, doing dark skin activism. What does that mean? I was writing my books about only dark skin, doing my play, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, booking my own dark skin activist tour around the United States. I've always focused only on dark skin. The first and only person to do this. 2010, and let me just say, prior to social media, I was already on television, giving interviews about dark skin and colorism. This was done before Lupita Nyong'o. People like to try to give credit to her. Absolutely not. My work precedes what she's doing. She's a bandwagon jumper. There's the people behind the flex in my complexion. They used that little girl and created the story around her. That all came from me. I've been doing what they conjured up for years. What happened is once I came to social media and brought this thing called dark skin activism to social media, where I talk trash about black men who don't like dark skinned women, where I write books, where I write plays, where I call out society. When I went viral in 2015 and people got wind that, damn, she getting all this attention, they began to steal. I wish somebody would be honest and just go do your research. Go do your research. You'll find out that everything that I'm saying is nothing but the truth. So help me God. And this is why I will never be in solidarity with these people, because I know that they stole from me. Case in point, let me provide more proof and evidence. And y'all know the date stamps on YouTube doesn't lie. If you go down and look at this date of this video, coming up a poor dark-skinned girl. This video I made came out before all these people on YouTube started talking about colorism. This is just another example to prove that I started this work first. Do you see what that says? 7 years ago. Okay. Let's look at the date stamps. And this is just one proof among many. I'm trying to find the date stamps. But anyway, it's 7 years ago. If you go and listen to this video, which is in the description to the slide, you're going to hear me talking about my dark skin story, being poor and dark skin. Black women started to steal this from me once I became popping as the dark skin activist in 2015. This video was on my channel. People could go to your channel. People could go to your website. And they started to steal. Okay. I'm trying to find the, give me a second here. I'm trying to find what a doggone date stamp is. But this is the part 2 right here. I'm going to click that on. It's the same video. I did a part 1 and a part 2. And maybe I can't see the date stamp because I'm looking at it. But it clearly said 7 years ago. And y'all can go and watch this. You can go watch it for yourself and see what I'm saying. Hold on, I'm putting the link right there. So go watch it for yourself and you will see that I was talking about being dark skinned years ago before any of these people started talking about it. And then when I went viral and was made Donkey of the Day for calling out the rapper Kendrick Lamar, that is when these black folks got wind of, talking about dark skin and colorism is something that I could do to gain attention because she got it. Let me try to take what she got and get my attention. So a lot of these people that you see talking about colorism, they either did not exist or they switched up their content and began talking about dark skin after seeing my work. And by the way, this is my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. And if you scroll on down, you can put in your information here and you can get a free ebook copy of my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. And yes, thank you, Mr. Dacus, the Navigator. You said you had the ebook way before the others. You're right. And the thing is, the others don't have books. They just, what they've done is it's easy to just hop online. I'm going to put your comment up though. It's easy to hop online and to regurgitate what you hear somebody else say, especially if you already got an audience. You can go regurgitate and refashion and, plagiarize the person and bring it back to your large audience and make these people think that it's an idea that you came up with when actually you stole it from another YouTuber. So they didn't even have any books. Myself and probably Cola Booth are the only one with the books. Now, I've heard people tell me that I ran into that certain people have listened to me and they've been inspired to go write books about dark skin now. Okay, that's a little bit more honesty, you know, but these people did not have books, they did not have YouTube videos, they did not have a grassroots movement, they didn't have any of that. What they had, YouTube afforded people the opportunity to come on and create a channel for free. And some of them got lucky with the algorithms. They got lucky to start to get a lot of people, to listen to them, and they was able to build an audience from that. And then instead of them being grateful and thankful for being able to build an audience and take advantage of YouTube, in its infancy, and YouTube just, starting out, these people became full of themselves and greedy and decided, let me go and steal and take from a person with a lesser amount of subscribers and bring it back to my subscribers, and nobody will know. Because that person ain't hardly got no subscribers. That's how these people think. But I don't care if I had one subscriber. If you stealing from me and taking from me, oh, you gonna know about it. So yeah, this video coming up, a poor dark skinned girl. If you go and look at the date stamp, you can clearly see that this video came before all these fake chicks on here talking about colorism, dark skin. My videos was the first. This is just one piece of proof right here in your face. That's why I put it up here. Coming up, a poor dark skinned girl, part 3. And then I added 2015 Rashida Strober story. Dark skinned chick stole my story, because I need to let the world know this is my legacy we dealing with here. One day I'm going to be dead and gone to leave this earth. And I want the truth to be told about how I was bold enough to come online and go around the country as a self-producing artist and talk about dark skin, which Black people did not want to do. Then as soon as I make it popular, take all the hits for it, all of a sudden everybody want to talk about it because they want to make money off of it. I want that part of my story to be told. Y'all stole from me. Y'all are thieves. Low down, dirty thieves. Now, yes, I was treated messed up for having dark skin and nappy hair. That's literally the reason why I created dark skin activism. And I was mistreated by everybody in society, from my family to the school to some of the people in the church. Y'all don't believe that darkism goes on in church? And make sure y'all like this video and share this video, because YouTube constantly messes with my views and algorithms. So please help me to get this workout to more people by sharing and liking. Share and like. Please share and like. Excuse me for yawning. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I was treated so bad that I decided to create a movement to address it, to eradicate it, to fight to eradicate it, because that's what it's all about. And to this day, I still have those trigger points in so many ways. For a period of years, I had actually blocked it out so I can accomplish what I needed to accomplish educationally. And I realized I couldn't just focus on, what I've been through. I had to focus on how to make my life better. So for a period of time, I just blacked it out. Blacked out the fact that I was treated messed up for having dark skin and nappy hair. And that set the tone for my life. And I had to work harder and fight harder than non-dark skinned people. Because if we're honest, we know that non-dark skinned people have it a whole lot easier with every damn thing in life. I don't care what it is. They just have it a whole lot easier. So I'm getting sleepy, y'all. I'm getting sleepy, but I had to come on here and talk about it. I get triggered. I get triggered sometimes, when I see certain things, or when people try and speak to me a certain way that I may deem to be like, what is this? It's there's triggers. And I am traumatized. Everybody watching this and watching my channel, y'all already know I'm traumatized for the way that I've been treated growing up. If you get treated bad for some things you can't control, having nappy hair and having dark skin, that's a really terrible way to go, because you know you're expecting your family to love you unconditionally. Now the world, when you get out there in the world, okay, you don't expect the world to love you unconditionally. I know I didn't, even when I was a kid. You don't expect that. But when you come back in your family environment, it's supposed to be a safe place. But when you discover that even that you're not even liked or loved or cared about, even by in your own family environment, simply because you dark skinned with nappy hair, that's a hard pill to swallow, y'all. And that's how it was for me. That's how it was. That's how it was. Always feeling devalued, always feeling like, burdensome, always feeling like, less than, because people were busy perpetuating their superiority while perpetuating my supposed inferiority. And when I reflect back on those times, I go, man, I just wish these people had a little bit more self-love, because that's what it really requires. To love another person is to have self-love. You got to love yourself first. You got to be happy. I feel you got to be happy and comfortable with yourself in order to love somebody else. And these people, they were not happy people that were comfortable with themselves. It was a defect going on. There's always defects going on with people. You know what I'm saying? That some of these people, they may portray to be happy, they may portray to be secure, but they weren't. Because if you are picking on and bullying a young teenager and calling them names and treating them a certain way, because that's because of your insecurity. That's your fault. You feeling bad about yourself, and what you want to do is you want to project it onto that, uh, onto that dark skinned person, and it's wrong. It's definitely wrong. And I have been traumatized, y'all. I have been traumatized. I have been traumatized my whole life, because how could I not be traumatized? How could I not be? How could I escape it? Well, y'all should know what I'm gonna say next. The people that really be listening and following me, one of the ways that it can be escaped, and that is why I'm a huge supporter of antinatalism for dark skinned people. And I know you're like, what? That don't make no sense. Just makes no sense. When are black people going to learn to let go of darkism? When are black people going to learn to let go of this thing called darkism? When are black people going to learn to stop thinking that a dark skinned person with nappy hair is less than? And nobody can tell me that these things that happen to me, the bad things, have not happened as a result. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, you know, has not happened as a result of darkism. It has. Not everything. I don't put everything bad in my life as being a result of darkism. Why would I do that? That's crazy. But I know a lot of the stuff is. I know I would have had an easier way in life getting indoors where I can't currently get into now, or it's very hard to get into if I was light skin or white skin. It ain't no shade against nobody. It's just me here telling the truth. And to let the Black community know, learn how to treat people based on, like Dr. Martin Luther King said, the character. Quit worrying about it's hard, y'all. It ain't never been easy. But that's the hand I was dealt, and sometimes when you are dealt a certain hand, you gotta deal with it. And that's what I do. That's why I do dark skin activism. That's why I became the dark skin activist, because I wanted to find a constructive way to express my disdain for people that don't like me for having dark skin and nappy hair. I wanted to express that in a constructive way, because dark skinned people are expected to act ratchet. We're expected to act unruly. That's what we're expected to do. And we got to rise above. I want to invite everyone tonight to make sure you go and make a donation to one of my 3 financial platforms. Why am I still raising funds? Well, first of all, I'm always raising funds because I'm a self-producing artist, meaning that I produce my own work on the Dark Skin Activist tour, featuring my one woman play, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, and other creative works. So I'm always raising funds, because in order to be able to tour, you got to have some funds to do so. Um, and so this time, the money is going towards legal expenses that I've incurred since pursuing this litigation against this person that does not, I dare say, hates Black women and has done some evil stuff to Black women. And in 2020, I was stalked, harassed, had CPS fraudulently called, death threats were made, and this was all at the behest. Uh, this person was the ringleader, the chief ringleader. This was all at his behest, inciting them to do this, to threaten me and stalk and harass me, all because of my stance, regarding dark skin activism. Anyway, yeah, make sure you guys donate. It's on the screen right here. My GoFundMe is right there. My goal is to reach my short-term goal. I have to clarify, because this is I have long-term goal and I have short-term goal. My short-term goal is to raise $12,000, and as you guys can see right now, I'm at $11,252, and I need to get to 12,000, the short-term goal, in order to help me to pay for the legal expenses I've incurred. So please make a donation. You can also donate to my Cash App, which I believe I have that on the screen as well. The Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, that's $Rashidalala, $Rashidalala. If you want to go to the PayPal, you can do that as well. The PayPal is Ice Cream Lady Dream at yahoo.com. Once again, Ice Cream Lady Dream at yahoo.com. Once again, that's Ice Cream Lady Dream at yahoo.com. So you've got the GoFundMe, which is on the screen, that you can donate to. You've got the PayPal, which is Ice Cream Lady Dream at yahoo.com. Or you can do the Cash App, which is $Rashida Lala. Once again, that's $Rashida Lala. So please, let's make this happen. Please let me get to the short-term goal. Please help me to pay these legal fees. And I want to thank you in advance for, everybody, for everything they've ever done. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I pretty much got off my chest what I need to say tonight. If the spirit hits me, I'll come and talk to you guys again. Meanwhile, y'all have a wonderful night, and please make sure you make a donation.